Once we pass this door.
Anyways, he looks back at your group and he says, "We have one more place to visit before we go see my father in the throne room.
The kitchen?
The bathroom.
You will enjoy this part.
That's the throne room.
We're going to the armory."
Why would we enjoy
What?
this? Does it have information?
Well, why?
It has arms.
I don't need arms.
He's got like a whole bunch of them.
I'm good with my two.
Yeah, he's got his own arms plus some other skin
It's
arms.
wearing them like tassels on a cape.
And he tells you, he says, "I need to go and acquire an item from the armory. I need you to make sure that no one interrupts."
Okay, what kind of item? I'm curious.
Family heirloom. You will see soon enough.
Yeah, they didn't tell me
Can we
anything.
all get an item from the armory in payment for helping him?
Yes. You are free to it.
I just want my information.
So, as you guys follow him, I take it, right? Everybody follows him to the armory? All right. So he goes, and then the armory is locked, but he knows where the key is.
Is it under the map? On
No.
the left side?
It's a brick.
It's in the pot.
It's inside of a frog.
He removes a brick, and then he grabs the key to it, and then opens the armory. And as he opens it, you guys can see when you step in, this is fine weapons and armor, finely crafted. The king specifically has these weapons made, one-of-a-kind weapons at that sometimes. And at the very back is where Dragomir starts heading to. There is a suit of armor. And it's gray and black, but the detail on it is the fact that it has a red dragon that's on the breastplate. And you notice that this dragon is the crest of their family. So this is like his family's armor.
Okay.
So he walks over to it as you guys are kind of pilfering through everything. And as he does, he looks at it and then he says, "This armor has history. This armor was worn by my ancestor when they traveled here from far away. His name was Robert Dragomir. He was the one who built this keep.
Okay.
He was the one who changed the direction of our family. And it's this day that I honor him." So then he begins to take the armor and he begins putting all the pieces on. And then even grabs his ancestor's blade.
Thank
So-
you for the history lesson.
While he does all that, you guys can feel free to grab an item that you like.
I want a cool crossbow.
Is there some kind of like enchanted talismans, amulets, anything like that? Something that could repel
Rings.
spirits or attune with things or something like that?
Is there
I mean, he knows his armory from like back of his hand, so if you want to ask him specifically, that's fine.
Sure.
So as he's putting on a piece of his armor, he says, "Yes, there is a ring over there. It has a black jewel."
Oh,
Ooh, yes.
We have really bad luck with these things, y'all.
she doesn't.
Do not put it on.
I would
You will
rather
teleport
have it than not.
somewhere crazy.
I'd rather have it than somebody else have it. Yes. I will go take the black ring. Watch me.
I would like an enchanted crossbow that I don't know what it's gonna do yet.
He tells
But
you,
it's gonna look cool.
over here on the right, there is a crossbow that has a particular enchantment. Actually, if you look on it, it has an inscription on it. And when you fire bolts from this, it turns them into flames.
I dig it.
That makes sense.
Not the flames.
What are you gonna get?
I have bad
Big
memories of
axe?
flames.
Does he have any
I'm a big
armor that
axe.
looks like this?
No, but what if you get a cool enchanted one?
No.
Are there any very large enchanted axes?
There is. There is a cold iron axe sitting in the corner.
Does it have an enchantment that makes things freeze? Because I am called the Frost Fang, so...
No, but it is extremely sharp.
Oh,
It is very
that works.
useful for beheading your kind.
Does he
I'll keep my hands on it then, that's fine.
Does he tell me
It was called the Wolf Slayer.
Well, it's gonna be called
Well, there's
the
gonna be other
Wolf
wolves.
Slayer.
He could be the wolf. Is he the slayer of wolves or the wolf that slays?
As I said,
Why not both?
The wolf that
Robert
So I
Dragomir,
should
when he
change it
entered this
to-
land, it was full of darkness and creatures,
The Wolf Slayer.
and he developed weapons specifically to handle them.
So what does the black ring do? Does he know? Does he
It destroys vampires who put it on.
The Black Ring has a couple of uses. One, it will prevent you from being possessed by a spirit,
Bane Slayer.
but it can also, how do you say it, disperse spirits.
Nice.
Cool.
Wolf Wrath.
I will take it.
In case one was, an ally was to be possessed.
Do you have any?
Take the signet and then you place it upon their forehead.
Do you
Oh,
have
dear.
any cool?
Minor discomfort, sometimes death, but
Like-
So it means I'd have to get close enough to the possessed person to do that.
yes.
So without being murdered.
Do you have any? Do you have any kind of like cool medallion or rings that can like
Or people
turn you
suits.
into like some sort of mist? I've always heard of vampires able to do that, but I've never found one able to do that.
Can they turn to mist and then turn to bats?
Mist me.
We do not possess such a ring. However, we do possess a certain ring you may find entertaining. It is a silver ring.
That is not good with vampires. I'll have to wear an extra layer of skin.
But it also has onyx blended with it.
I have an extra layer of skin.
It
though.
is what we call displacement. At times when you're wearing the ring, certain things that would harm you, such as fire, blades, they become displaced when they strike you.
Oh, that's neat.
Like the star from Mario.
Even plays the theme song.
It does.
Indestructible.
Cool. I
The theme
will.
song is your countdown.
I'll take it.
When the theme song ends, it affects.
I say something like, "Thank you, my lord," and I wink.
Oh,
He's
he
like-
looks over at you, Amber. And it
It's
says,
mine.
and for you,
Leave me that ring.
there is a special whip over there.
Of course
What
there's
does it
Jewel
do?
encrusted.
Ooh.
Nothing.
It's only made of the finest leather.
Bustier.
Why just
No, she's just getting a whip.
That's
It says, upon command, it can actually entangle an individual free of your hand and hold him there. Much like a pair of manacles would prevent someone from using their arms
Does
or
it make them
legs.
tell the truth too?
I was gonna ask that.
does it glow by chance?
It
What
does
color
not.
is it?
Oh,
It's
What color
red
is
and
this
black.
there?
I didn't know if it was gold.
It's not gold.
Oh, darn.
Anything for you?
you got any sort of stones in here that might be of interest?
This whole castle is stone.
Not of interest.
What kind of
Any
stones are you
special
looking
stones?
for?
Any
Yeah,
infinity
special ones.
stones?
Are we talking about stones or are we talking about stones?
We're talking about stones.
Stones.
Wait.
Just one stone, really, I think he's
Just,
looking for.
just one stone in particular.
And what stone is that?
Well, you know that one that starts with an A and ends with an L. Wait.
Owl? The owl stone?
He's looking for Strathmore
Starts with a
Sun.
P and ends with a R.
What?
What?
I don't know where I was going with that
He's
first one.
trying to look for the Philosopher's Stone, I'm pretty sure.
He says,
was describing
you're
it the
looking
first
for the stone.
The stone.
The stone is not here.
Ah.
Unfortunately, we were not able to collect that one.
Is there like a minor version, like a stone instead of the stone?
A
There
stone
was
of
an
the stone?
attempt at recreating the stone
Well, that
based
would be
upon
somewhere.
the text.
That would be something.
It is a one-time use. After it's used, it will, how do you put it? Disappear
Self-destruct?
Yeah, I mean,
in a very flashy way.
That's called
Well,
explosions.
that's fine as long as we can.
Unfortunately, we
Make
weren't
more.
able to control the after effects of it. Some men disintegrated, others caught fire, while sometimes the stone simply disappeared.
And some just teleported.
That sounds fun. I'll take it.
Scorch marks on the ground.
As well as its production method if you have it.
Yes, it's over there. You may take it.
I am taking it.
So he finally puts on all the pieces of his armor, and then he has the blade. And as he has the blade and he starts to basically sheathe the blade, you can tell that this blade is, well, very old, okay, by its look and design. But it doesn't look like it as far as the wear and tear. The blade itself doesn't seem like that it's been damaged or worn down in any form.
Oh, Widow's Wail.
Oh, Senator.
I heard you.
So, as he puts the blade in, you can see the dragon's head on the hilt, on the palm of it.
That's a tiny dragon.
See, but is the dragon
The
like
pommel.
tongue the blade, or is it like the other way around, or how's this head position? It's totally important.
Yeah, it is. The dragon's head is going towards the blade, so it basically looks like the blade's coming out of the dragon's mouth.
So it is the dragon's tongue.
Yes.
If this blade doesn't like light itself on fire, I'm upset.
I don't know if you get the context.
Well, you should get closer to it and find out.
What is it?
I'm gonna get closer to it and find out.
So, with all that said, Dragomir says, "It is time. We must go see my father."
This is a bit extreme for a family get-together. I know they say come in your finest wear, but I'm not sure this is kind of wear that they meant.
All right, so you guys follow him
I suppose.
as he leads you to the throne.
Fancy as I ever was.
No, aren't you always
I grabbed
fancy?
my renamed axe. I don't like the name for it because it's against my people. I now call it Senator.
That's a fancy name. What does it mean?
It means that it'll eat the sins and the heads of those who have taken down my kind before.
Wait, it'll eat their sins?
Well,
So it'll
I really don't
absolve
give a
them.
damn about their sins, but I'm going to take the heads.
So if it eats their sins, does that mean they go up?
They get to
instead of
heaven,
down?
yeah. Because they've been absolved of their sins.
I don't know, you can purify it. That's how you do that thing to that ghost in your pocket.
I don't know what. He didn't really seem like he wanted to go to heaven. I don't know
All
what
right.
happened.
Since you guys are walking the hallway, having a conversation.
We're having
It
philosophical
needs more
conversations.
studies.
I'm debating on whether or not
Alright.
I want to use my axe already.
You finally reach the outside of the throne room, and as you do, you hear the soldiers as they see you guys start marching towards there. You see the soldiers line up outside the throne room.
So what you're saying is
You
the
see
soldiers
the
come marching in.
commander basically standing there as well.
They go marching one by one.
No, they're fanned out.
No, so we're not following the song.
So as you guys stand outside the throne, between you and the throne room are these soldiers. And on top of that, behind you, you hear soldiers as well.
Clank, clank.
But these aren't the guards. Who are these? As Dragomir turns around, you can see his face in disgust. These are the invaders, the duelsmen. Their soldiers are there as well. So you got them behind you. You've got the Walkovian soldiers in front of you. And so Dragomir...
charge?
Oh no!
Out of all of them.
Whatever shall we do?
Dragomir looks at all of you and he says, I am going to have an audience with my father.
Do these soldiers consider
I am going to have the blood of a lot of these people.
I was hoping you would say that. I need to speak with him without interruption. I need to speak to your king.
speak with your king?
Isn't he technically the manager of the kingdom?
I need to speak with the kingdom's manager.
So Dragomir, as he walks up towards the commander, the commander and all of the guardsmen basically have their hands on their blades ready to draw them. And then Dragomir, he looks at the commander and he says, you won't stop me from seeing my father.
Okay, stop me now. Sorry.
I'm having a good time.
What do they start?
So
Can't stop me.
they all draw their blades, and as they start to draw their blades, you notice that Dragomir moves with a speed that you've never seen him move before. So as they draw the blades, he just quickly moves, and by the time they finish drawing the blade, he's already walking into the throne room.
Okay. Who's in charge of all of these dunces?
Well,
Can I tell if one man seems to stand above the rest? Maybe some epaulets?
Yeah, you have the commander of them as well, the captain.
I throw my axe directly at his head.
oh dear. He's going straight to violence, and I'm over here wondering if, like,
Straight to violence.
I'm still wondering if
I mean,
Dragomir ate
y'all
one of
have
those
said it
one-use
before,
stones
right?
or not.
This was never going to go any other way.
Yeah, it's like I think Dragomir, there's something wrong with him.
Did
He's,
we wanna
like,
be
trying to
screwed?
dig him out. I'm just trying to
No.
figure out if I care or not, because it's like,
What did
if
you
he kills
roll?
his father, are we invested
6.
in
Okay.
his father anyway?
I mean,
Our families
I got
all
a
sent
home to go
us
to.
here
I
to
got
help
some
him,
of them.
but this is getting a little out of hand.
I think it was always out of hand.
And we've gotten some cool items. We
How
should
has
try
he
to
become
use them.
so powerful?
I mean, our goal was to...
What'd you get?
6.
You got a 6.
What you gonna do?
Maybe I should leave and go back to my books and figure out what could have happened.
I'm
to
not
him.
sure you can leave right now. You got people behind
You
you.
just threw your axe?
Yeah.
No, I'll just
Yeah, well,
displace
because
them.
I've got 2 axes at this point. I've
But
got
you
a
have a cool skin
gigantic
you're gonna
double-ended
wear.
battle
Oh,
axe
yeah.
that's really sharp, and I've got my axe, so I'm just taking my axe and I'm
You got a
throwing
hammer
it.
too.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. Hey,
Like,
hold on a
breath thaws,
second.
huh?
Yes, that's true. So I'm taking my axe,
weight is
which
on
is
this
much
belt?
What are you
smaller,
throwing?
What is
and
that
I'm
belt made?
throwing that.
He's getting rid of his weight.
This dude walks around with chemicals on his wrists, and he's asking me about my storage compartments. Throwing that axe directly at whoever's got the most epaulets on their armor.
Okay.
The most what?
Who's in charge?
The dude in
Tesla
charge.
thingies.
Okay.
And which axe was it? The regular one or the new one?
The regular.
Regular. Okay, yeah. So you do that. You throw that axe, and it hits him directly in the shoulder.
Good.
Of course, it does
Action surge.
Wrong system.
that. So it hits him, and then he, stands back or stumbles back from it, and then as he does, all of a sudden the rest of the dozman, they draw their weapons, and then they all just start charging in, and so do the other guards. They start charging in from behind you. So you got 2 forces coming in.
Look, Methos. New suits.
So
Just take one. Pick one.
you get a
Any
chance
of
to
them.
do something
All of
before
them.
they reach you.
All
What
right,
do you
I'll-
do?
Stitch them all together and make one big suit.
Can I
I'm gonna
trick
draw
him
my
with the whip?
sword.
You can.
I have a
Yay,
horrible
that'd be
idea, and I
cool.
like it.
What do I even roll to use that?
So
What is
get
it?
out a
Hey,
Hey,
sketch
you know those
pad
rage vials that I still have?
Yes.
and a pencil.
Is that was the whip thing a finesse?
I got 6 of them.
roll.
Throw them in there and duck
I was thinking 3 in each direction.
Yeah, it can be.
I have 3.
Yeah, I'll give you a finesse, yeah.
Okay.
You throw 3 of the vials?
Well, I was thinking
Rage
3 in
vials?
each direction.
3 of those guys. 3 of those.
Just launch them.
Oh, he's throwing acid?
Use a
One-
crossbow and
You
fire.
have a
I don't need
vial
those rage.
launcher
Roll your
on
throw.
your.
Oh, what am I throwing? Skirmish? Or
Skirmish is not throwing.
Oh.
That's finesse.
can I just lightly put them down on the ground?
That's not how that works.
Lightsaber.
Can I throw them? He can hand them to me and I can...
Yeah, you can just hand them to her.
Here you go.
I have...
Just
3
for your action. Here.
Yeah.
Toss them. Here.
Hey,
What'd you
One,
get?
five,
throw
six.
some of these this way and that way.
1, 5, and 6.
Alright.
Now, who you were attacking? The Dozmen or the Walkovians?
They're both coming at him, right?
Rolling.
That's a good
pick
question.
one.
Just roll once for now.
One's behind us.
Rolls and stuff. I got
Were you
4.
facing the throne room?
I don't know.
So,
Whichever
Who
one
did
she
he
Shoot.
throw the axe at?
Those-
Who's she
Dozman.
facing.
Who
at?
he threw the axe
Yes.
at? The other ones.
okay, the Walkovians.
Because
Gotcha.
I was assuming we were all kind of
Did-
facing the same direction.
Did Finn's axe bring the guy down, or is he still like kicking?
Oh, he's still kicking.
He's the commander.
Can I shoot
He's
him
still
with my
kicking.
crossbow?
You can.
So how many rolls am I making to throw down people?
1.
Okay. Well, I got 4, so that's what we're working on here.
There we go. All right, so you successfully use your whip. You trip a guy, and as he trips 2 others. So they kind of fall down to the ground.
Yeah, we hear.
I got a
funny
5 to
domino
shoot the
clink.
guy that he's attacking.
A 5. All right. Well, roll again, because as you shoot the guy that he attacked, he basically took the axe and took it out and threw it down to the ground and started charging. You place a bolt in him, and as you do, It's not enough to bring him down.
It was a flaming one though for my new one.
Yes.
So is he on fire now?
He's on fire, yes.
Okay.
So you want me to roll again?
Yes, for defense.
Which is one.
Squeeze me. I'll jump in the way of that.
Go for it.
3.
You don't succeed.
No,
right
you
now.
won't.
Should I also roll for defense?
You go to jump in the way of it, and then one of the other soldiers basically just shoulder tackles you to the ground.
Oh, I'm gonna eat him.
And I'm
Go
just
ahead.
rolling 1 to defend myself.
Let's see. What do you
I
have?
have
Skirmish?
2 finesse,
Oh, finesse will work.
2 prowl, 2 hunt. I have 2 for everything.
Yeah, go and roll 2.
6.
Nice. You totally avoided it.
Thanks for trying to help me.
Well, that's
And
my
then-
job.
So you avoid the
that's not
flaming
my
attack at this
Mine.
point because he's on
Do
fire, and then he succumbs to the fire and basically falls on his knees onto the ground and is screaming in pain and falls over.
Cool.
That was the commander.
That was the commander.
And so
on
now
the
he's
way.
wrestling around with this other guy on the ground.
What'd you get?
I'm about to eat this guy on
4?
the ground.
So you got a
Could be worse.
4.
Could be worse.
Could be worse. Could be right.
Maybe.
So you
It
throw
might be
all the
raining in a
vials
second.
out,
Let's see what happens.
and really only one of them really took well. The other 2, they went wide, and then those spirits basically jumped into like servants.
I'm still fine with that.
And they're like, huh? And they start running down the
Yeah,
halls.
it's okay.
Oh,
Are
good.
they running away or running?
Yeah, oh no, they're running not away from you, but they're running because they picked up basically the blades on the ground from the soldiers falling, and they're running down the halls, and then you guys start hearing screams.
It's fine. It's not our
That's
guess.
fine. At least any
You're like,
reinforcements that are coming are
oh,
going to be
too
slowed.
jiggly.
That's not exactly how I put it, guys, but hey.
The reinforcements are going to be slow,
Yeah, exactly.
if any.
They're too jiggly.
But go ahead and roll defense.
Studio jiggly.
Because as you did that, they came up and began to strike.
Miles moving castle.
6. I got a 6 on that one.
Look at that. And you skillfully avoid
Good job.
the attack.
Yay.
You just duck. Oh, gosh.
What's your skin suit doing over there? Skin suit. Dude.
Yeah, what are you doing, sir?
I guess I shall engage some individuals.
With his sword.
I have a chainsword.
A what?
Yeah, I haven't used it. She knows I have a chainsword.
Yes. He has a chain sword.
So, like, I whip it out.
So is it a sword on a chain?
No, the way it works is, so you
Get a lesson.
you pull out your
It's a sword that
sword,
breaks into pieces.
and then there's a button on it. So normally it's just a regular sword, but I can hit a button, and then it's compartmentalized, so I can like
links.
throw out these links, and they're all connected by a chain, and the links themselves are bladed.
Yeah, there's segments of blade.
Wow.
And if he wraps it around someone,
It's
and
like
then
a
pushes the
chain
button,
whip.
then it
I was fixing to
straightens.
say, is it a chain whip with swords
It's a
on
chain.
it?
It's a sword
whip.
It's
Chain sword whip.
an
A chain sword whip.
ivy wolf hunting
It's like Puppy Monkey
sword
Baby.
bone matter.
Remember that, Pumpy Monkey Baby?
Monkey baby.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
All right. So what do you do with this weapon?
Okay,
of yours?
I go flaccid, and then
You do what?
I throw it around someone's neck,
All right.
And then
and then whip it hard.
roll it.
Oh my god! This is like.
So let's see, is that skirmish? What would it be?
I thought my jokes were bad.
I mean, how else do you say it? Make it go limp.
Just whip it out.
It said now.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
All right, I got some fives.
sounds
Say
like
ready
finesse,
the
really.
weapon. You don't have to say
Uh,
That doesn't sound like
finesse.
skirmish. That sounds like finesse.
Whip it.
Do you have
Whip it
finesse?
through.
Yeah, I have one finesse.
All right.
So it's gonna be
One's better than nothing.
this one.
Go for it.
4.
Could be worse.
And who were you attacking? The Wackovians or the Dozmen?
Just whoever I saw first.
Okay, Dozmen. All right. Go ahead and roll again, this time for defense.
Defense. Now, what would that be? Would that be skirmish?
Or finesse. Or
It could
whatever
be.
You have the highest.
My skirmish is
Defense.
higher.
Yeah, that could be skirmish because they're coming in close to strike you.
Yeah. 4.
4. All right, so you take 2, sir.
Oh, how's that?
You notice that, yes. Look at your sheet there,
Okay, I'm looking.
where it says
Put under
harm. There's 2.
Harm.
Okay,
I don't see harm.
on the left, down below your
out.
stress.
Over here.
I know
This
you've never
is
taken
harm.
damage this campaign.
And then he said on the 2.
2.
Under
Okay.
the 2 rating on
I'm
the.
gonna write
Yeah,
something.
2 right, and you write flesh wound.
It's just a flesh wound.
Just a flesh wound.
Well, it's actually my outer flesh layer that I'm wearing.
Now, you also, because you have a wound there, you're going to take a -1 die on your rolls. So just keep that in mind.
-1 die. All right.
Yeah, it's over to the right. It already says it.
Oh, okay,
You just
so-
got to look at it. But anyways,
It's just a flesh
you
wound.
notice that these weapons that they're using, they seem to, basically when it cuts you, it burns. So what they're using is they're using that cold iron.
I should have had my cold iron armor on.
Do you not?
I guess.
All right.
And he's wearing his flesh right now.
I have my flesh on top of the armor.
So,
Alright.
with everybody taking an action there, real quick, everybody go and roll defenses. So right now, Fenton, you're in the middle of a struggle. You roll skirmish.
5.
What do I roll for a defense?
You can roll whatever you're using. You can use finesse.
Yeah.
Another 4.
All right, hold on.
5, 5, 4.
All right, let's start over here.
5.
6.
6. Nothing happens to you. 4. You take 2 harm. You can also put flesh wound.
Oh,
Just
flesh
a flesh
wound
wound.
buddies.
What'd you get over there?
Oh, I was supposed to roll?
You're supposed to roll. And remember, -1 die.
Okay, so 3. A 5.
All right, you take 1 harm.
1 harm.
1 harm.
I thought you were showing me something on your sheet.
No, I'm getting ready to write.
Ah.
Where's my pencil?
Which just makes your efforts less effective, that's all.
This is a pen.
And you can just put a scratch.
It's a scratch.
A scratch.
He's about to scratch.
Just put a scratch.
Wait, didn't he die?
Kitty claws.
So he just got
All right, what'd you get, Fenton?
No, in
5?
Shakespeare.
Okay, so you just mark 1 on there.
Scratch.
Just put scratch.
What was his best bud's
What
name?
scratch?
scratched
One.
me though?
That's just the type
that-
of
it
wound.
sounds
One
right.
of
Just
the
type
many
of one.
soldiers cutting us.
Yes, you got soldiers attacking from every side.
Yeah,
You're trying to
Romeo and
avoid the best
Juliet.
you can, but one of the blades got through
We're in
barely.
a slaughter orgy.
So what do I, where do I?
I blame
Well, I mean,
you.
we're
If
not
anyone's
vampires,
going to be
we're kind
the
of
cause
into
of a
blood,
slaughter
so-
orgy, it's going to be you.
I
So
appreciate
wait, here I
that.
put scratch.
Yeah. Fenton right now is really enjoying himself, right?
So what did I
Fenton's
get?
kind of
One
getting
what?
excited.
Scratch.
I'm getting
You
excited.
get 1 harm and it's a scratch.
Where's the harm?
I heard
horrible
you.
idea.
That's exciting.
The guy you're scrambling with right now.
Yes. The
Yeah,
guy
he basically
with the-
just took his gauntlet and just punched you across the face.
I felt it. I smile. I wink at him.
Does it enrage
He's a little
him,
worried.
perhaps?
Wait, don't I have a magic
He's
ring?
worried over
Is that
nothing, but I'm going to take a stress.
I think it enraged you.
Mine,
That will enrage you. Yeah,
mine
put 3 on your
will
marker.
displace weapons. I put my magic ring on.
First
'cause I
you get
forgot
punched in
that
the
I had
face,
it.
and then you try to strike him, and you're just hitting armor. You're getting mad.
Yeah,
Hey,
I'm
Scott,
going to take stress and
Can I
just
put
go
my
ahead and
magic ring
re-roll
on that I
that.
forgot I had?
Yeah, I thought you already had it on.
Okay,
Is
so
it a reroll
I
or
didn't
add
know if
one?
you had incorporated that or not.
Better.
6.
6.
I'm just going to go ahead and lop his head off and eat it.
That works.
We don't have time for that.
I have time for everything I want to do.
Time to die.
Time to live.
Time to love.
He says we don't
Tonight
have
is
time
not the
to
night of
eat
penance.
Time to fry ravens and eat them.
Slaying people, taking
Oh,
their
So do you,
We weren't being
so what
attacked
you do,
when I was
Fenton,
doing
you
that.
shift?
Yeah, like a little half shift, yeah. Got a little hairy there.
Maybe
for
if
a
I start
second.
filleting people here,
Just
they
chop
might get
his head off.
scared and like
As you do
not
that,
attack us.
it sends fear into 2 of the other soldiers that's kind of on the outskirts, and
I
they're
mean,
like,
this is a big axe that I'm holding now, so I'm
right
thinking
now,
it's like a whop and
they're
then
not
like,
having it. They're not doing that. They actually take off running. As they run down the hall where the other 2 servants went, all of a sudden you hear screams, and then wet bodies hitting the ground.
squelching is the word, I think. You hear a squelching.
Squelching.
Yes.
How
But
big
yeah, basically when I whop that head off, I just catch it with one hand and then I just eat it.
So,
How big of an explosion would you say this boom juice makes?
There's only one way
Big,
to know.
yeah, just throw it and find out. Hopefully you don't hit anybody in your party, but yeah. Now,
He have any kind of cautious?
this is what happened for the Duzman, or what's left of them.
Am I supposed
So,
to make cautious actions?
You hear a howl.
Oh,
It's not coming
no.
from you.
They have the wolf.
And the wolf, you see the wolf come in. As it does, it basically takes off one of the heads of the Duzman.
Oh, it's helping.
Oh.
As a cloaked figure comes in with a greatsword and just starts cleaving the Duzman soldiers.
Probably.
And then the wolf, after it took off the head of one of them, they started running. He went and basically, the wolf went and grabbed the legs of one of the Duzman and then grabbed it, chomped on it, and started dragging it back to the cloaked figure, who basically finishes it off.
I get in between these mystery people and Valyra, and I start releasing a low rumble growl to let them know that I'm about to pee on my territory.
Well, let it don't pee on me.
Not you,
want
just in between you and them. They know not to cross. It's a line. It's like a line in the sand, but
Are you
it's a
gonna-
line of pee.
You're gonna like pee a circle around
So-
her
I
so
will
they can't touch
circularly pee around
Don't
her.
pee
So-
anywhere.
A
The
barrier
cloaked
of
figure
pee.
removes their hood. Okay, as the Duzmen pretty much are taken out, the only things left are Waccovian soldiers. Okay, and they take off their hood, and then you see the image of a woman.
She's female.
She has two different colored eyes.
I like it.
One's amber, and then the other one is blue.
Why are you in her eye?
Yeah, I was about to say, we've got an
And her hair is also white.
Ooh.
She's sexy.
Is that a friend?
I mean,
She has white
whatever.
She has white hair,
She
yes.
doesn't have pink hair, she has white hair. So it's one
Yeah,
of
she's
yours,
like.
We have white hair.
You have white hair.
And of course she calls, and then the wolf comes up beside her. Now you can tell that the wolf, the wolf is also white, but the wolf also has like scars. Has like a scar across its face. That looks like a claw mark.
I don't think I did that.
Is the wolf a wolf wolf? Or is it like a shifter wolf like he is? You would,
No,
you
no.
would be able to tell that.
Oh, here, let me survey them.
Go sniff butts.
That's a 5.
It's a 5. It's a 5. Yes. Well, you can tell. Yes, it's the wolf is not a normal wolf. No,
It's what? Is it a female or a male?
it's a female wolf.
That isn't normal.
A female wolf can't be an alpha.
Yeah, I don't think you have to worry about that.
Okay. It's
Can
very-
can I talk to them and say hi?
Sure.
Hey,
How?
how's it going?
assuming they're friendly.
Well, she looks at you two and she says, "I've been tracking you for a while now."
Nominee. That's from our language. It means
She says,
salutations.
"You're far away from home."
Oh, well, I felt like sweating for a few days.
Do you guys
Get my
sniff each other?
suntan.
Why have you been tracking us?
Well, let's just say that you're onto something, and you have no idea what it is. Let's clear out the rest of these men, and then we can talk more.
Okay.
Well,
And
let's
she
kill
whistles,
them. Fuck it.
and then the wolf basically jumps
friggin'
back
now.
into the fray of battle.
So are we over here aware that they're friends? Or
You kind of see it.
are y'all friends?
Meanwhile, you throw a grenade.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm aiming the other way. Thanks,
Throw it.
boys.
You're like, oh, okay, turn around.
Is this finesse or?
Is he throwing or am I throwing? Do I need to throw after?
I would assume it's coming from my gauntlet. So would it be Tinker or?
I think he's just
That'd
making
be
more
finesse,
problems,
yeah.
isn't he?
I
There.
think we finesse.
Do you want me to throw?
This one, yeah,
Maybe
he's throwing
skirmish.
like
that's
possessions
what it is.
everywhere.
Tinker, not really. Tinker's what put it in the gauntlet.
It's true.
So yeah, I would say finesse.
Hey, put this gauntlet on.
Here, take my gauntlet.
Here, this will be fun. Just
Look,
put your fingers like
there's six
this,
slots.
and
They're
then
colored. Okay, all you gotta do is just make a fist.
You just do this little thing with your fingers, then it just goes.
So- yes, that's how it works. Just do this little thing with your fingers and then it shoots.
I can do this. I can do this. I got the skills. This is totally fun. This is the thing that
He just throws it and just knocks himself.
Little
I got a
rogue.
five.
An Iron Man gauntlets.
Yeah, basically.
The
Yeah,
data one was
repulsor
fun, too.
gauntlets. You get a
Yeah, I
5?
can make my
A
emotion
5.
chip or whatever.
All right. So you fire off the gauntlet, and then all of a sudden, boom!
Big boom.
Big boom. Make a roll because that was really close to you.
Okay.
He didn't tell you about that part.
Hey, so that's how big it is.
Another 5.
Good. You take another one,
Great.
and you can just put
Singed.
singed.
Singed,
Yes, that's what I was looking for.
Meanwhile, I'm over here on the edge of the battle, just, oh, that's how big those are.
I'm gonna like blast my pink eyebrows off.
I never actually used those before.
I've never had to use them in combat.
Oh, look at
It's
that.
good to know.
So now
a lot
you
bigger than I
just
thought.
messed up her hair. Her hair is like frizzed now, and she's
Oh,
got
okay.
blackened face.
Okay, so she's ready for
Soot
Halloween.
all on her face because of that.
What time of year is it again?
Not my aesthetic.
She got that like windswept, like
What's everybody else doing?
So there's still people coming
Got the
after.
elf
Oh, I'm
Yes.
slaughtering
Okay, I'll try
whatever's
to
left.
whiskey.
Go for it. Roll. Oh, you want to re-roll that one. Well,
2 6s.
she got 2
sixes.
6s.
All right, high five.
There you go.
these are from crits.
That's what happened. 2 crits is called done.
It's fine. We're done.
She whips them together, and I whop off all their heads at once with my gigantic battle axe.
Yeah, she basically holds their head right there for you because she has the whip around her neck, and then you just cleave the head off.
Yeah.
So as,
She blows them a kiss goodbye. She goes,
as you finish off the rest of the Wacholvian soldiers, the commander basically gets disarmed because she uses her whip and basically knocks the sword out of his hand. So the commander is basically right there between you and the throne room. He's unarmed. He actually gets on his knee and then he surrenders. He goes, "I yield. I yield."
I cleave his head in half.
Maybe we should talk to him first.
Well, his head's gone.
What?
Oh,
Well, it's on there. It's just in half.
We were supposed to talk to him first.
Where are
We
we?
could have gotten some information from
That
it.
was that was good skin.
So the axe goes through his
Still
head
there.
and just sits there.
Can you attune with his spirit before it leaves his body?
Yes.
Can you do that?
Make a roll and see if you can
Cool.
be quick enough.
Oh,
Squelching again.
He's got a 6.
As blood sprays on you.
Brains.
I got a
Yep.
6.
Gray matter.
You got gray matter on your axe.
I
That's
think
what you
it's
should call it. You should call your axe the gray matter.
The gray. What's the matter with you?
the gray is the
You look a little gray.
I hold his head up, and I'm like talking
Well,
to
you'd
it.
have to.
You have to kind of put it back.
You hold
You
the
split it
coconut
like
side.
that down the
Oh, you
middle.
split
so
down.
You're gonna have to,
So I'm talking to both hemispheres, you know.
or you could just clap it.
Or just pick the one you like better.
Yeah, we're gonna
Oh,
go
yeah,
with
shrine.
the
it's
left
Morse code is
hemisphere.
talking to me, guys. I can see him doing that actually, and then pretending he's attuning.
Hello? Can you hear me now?
You're laughing because you believe it.
It's funny because it's true.
Yep.
All right, I
I'm
have
done
both of
enough
the
of your
heads up like
scoffing.
this against my head, and I'm listening.
Like seashells you put to your ears.
I could hear the ocean.
What was that, boy?
What did you say?
You know math, and you know art.
Hold on, I'm gonna use the other half. Okay.
Put his head on like headphones.
Oh God. Well, unfortunately, his skin's not gonna be that great, but you do speak to his spirit somewhat. You do pull his spirit before it leaves.
He's like, don't go to the light just yet. I need some
He's like,
questions
what?
answered.
Wait,
All right, fine.
my body. I'm here, but my body. Am I dead?
Right. I was just.
No,
they're not the threat. I'm
you're
talking about
dreaming.
killing these things.
I know, but I meant
Who are you?
This isn't it.
in a way.
I am your conscience,
She's older.
and I have questions.
It's just these days of the pasts of the future.
What questions?
What?
Oh, what questions?
Well, partly,
Partly.
Didn't I do something about it?
Come on.
He has multiple consciences. I just.
Come on, I need more.
Constant war within his own head.
Make another attune roll.
I guess
These armies
why
are, like,
were these
waiting.
armies waiting
For
for us to show up?
Make another attune roll.
I can barely keep my train of thought.
All right, I got a
Can't
6.
go with me.
All right, you still keep the connection.
Oh, cool.
He says, King Dragomir gave the order. He believed there was an insurrection. And, well,
Oh yeah, he's pretty right about that.
you proved him right.
Yes.
He prepared his forces accordingly. King Dragomir is no fool. And even though he does treasure his son, he will not stand for treason.
His unusually powerful son. Do you understand, like, the mechanism by which his son bested and got past you?
I do not understand, no.
Okay, now you may drift off to sleep, and may you have a wonderful night and wake up in a wonderful land.
And if you see the light,
Have good
walk
night
through.
nights.
Yeah, that's the sunlight. Go back to
It'll
Ra.
kill us, but it's fine for you.
All right.
Brings new meaning to his eyes.
Unless you
Go
want
into the light.
unless you want to stay and work for me
Oh, you want another pocket geist?
He disappears.
as a pocket.
Says, you know what? I'm gonna split.
Oh, goodness.
Because I cut him in half.
Oh,
Hit
man.
2.
We got it. Yeah.
Right? Explain this
Don't
a little
explain
bit.
it.
So, with the Walkovian soldiers cleared out, the Dolzmen cleared out, you still hear screams down the hall.
It's fine.
Which way? Like towards the throne room?
No,
No,
back
towards
the
where
entrance.
he released all the problems we'll have to deal
I
with.
didn't release all the. She released the pro.
You told her to.
You
But
gave
she
her the
did it.
ability to.
Yeah, but she did
You
it.
gave
Oh,
her the thing.
actually,
You
you
couldn't
still
do
have
any
one
better.
Dozman, right, that does the Rage Demon, and then he looks at everything else that's on the ground, and then he just heads towards the dungeons.
That's perfectly fine. Wait.